Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Happy Saturday. With it being Saturday, once again, that means it's time for another episode of Ye Olde Weekly Home Fragrance Roundup. If you are newer around here, this is a long-running series on my channel where I just chit-chat about all of the home fragrance that I was using over the course of the past week. So what I was burning, what I was melting, what I was crocking, and what I was lamping. I do all of this alongside my trusty assistant Alf, who is already taking his little afternoon snooze in my lap here. Alf is a dog, a pug specifically, so he does tend to snore or snooze a little bit. So if you have your earbuds in, if you think that you are hearing things in the background, you are hearing things in the background. That's the free pug ASMR. That is just that little extra bonus here on my channel. So anyway, he's cute and he likes to be around me, so I just let him do whatever he wants because he's cute. So anyway, but he's a very well-behaved dog. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. Super excited to get into all of the home fragrance from this past week. I missed you guys last Saturday. I was on vacation, and boy, did I miss home fragrance while I was on vacation. I was up in Canada in the Thousand Islands, and the only home fragrance that was available at Craig's parents' cottage up there was this Glade. It was like an industrial size of this Glade Vanilla Breeze in one of the bathrooms, and yeah, atrocious. Basically just smells, I don't know, I feel like that particular Glade like room spray just smells like vanilla and poop. I don't know why that scent was selected, but I don't know. It's probably my mother-in-law. I don't know why she doesn't ask me. She knows I'm into this stuff. Anyway, I was not spraying that anywhere in the cottage. So yeah, I just had an entire week of zero home fragrance, and by the time that we got back, I was so ready to light up a candle. But yeah, I eased into it the next day because we got home pretty late in the evening early on this week, so I had to wait until the next day to light everything up. But believe you me, as soon as I came downstairs and got my cup of coffee ready, I was breaking out the lighters and I was lighting some things up. So not a whole lot of like exciting stuff necessarily this week. I was burning a lot of the things that I have been, but I did decide to get out a new kind of round of candles to enjoy over the course of next week. So I thought I'd fill you guys in on some stuff that I took out just to like switch it up a little bit. But before we get into any of this, usual disclaimer, check out the description box. I'm going to put links to where you can purchase any of the things that I'm sharing in today's video. There are links down there for candle crocks. There are actually some links to some home fragrance related videos that I've created in the past that might be helpful if you are newer to home fragrance. There's discount codes down there. I also put the like weekend candle sale information just for the different companies that I tend to frequent the most as well. So there's a lot of information in that description box. Check it out if you are interested. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, and we will start with the usual tour of what is currently burning and what I'm using in my candle crocks right now. I still am not using any of my lamps currently, so I feel like my lamp usage is gonna get a little bit more frequent again as we go into fall. But right now, I'm just kind of enjoying the Crocks as the background fragrance. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get into the tour, and then we'll meet back here and start with what I actually finished this week, because I did finish a couple of candles, which always feels amazing. So let's go ahead and get into it. Burning behind me as I am filming today is a fresh, brand new burn of Yankee Candle Pink Sands. I actually just went grocery shopping a couple of days ago after we got back from vacation, and I went to my local Fred Meyer And you're going to see pink sands here again in a couple of minutes when we get to the candle crocks. But I decided to put the last pink sands that I was working on into one of my crocks, which means that I didn't have one to burn. And I figured since my local Freddy's carries a few of the Yankee candles in store and they actually happen to be on sale, I decided to go ahead and pick up another pink sands so that I could have it and continue to enjoy this amazing, fruity, just delicious tropical explosion for July here. So anyway, listen, I love this one. This is extremely similar to Bath & Body Works Flamingo Beach. Pink Sands actually came before Flamingo Beach. I believe that Bath & Body Works basically just modeled Flamingo Beach after Pink Sands, and that was where I actually discovered this particular scent first, is through Bath & Body Works. But it turns out that I actually like the original Yankee Candle version even better. It's even sweeter, even juicier, even more amazing. Moral of the story is, get you some pink sands because it is so incredibly good. All right, let's move on to the entryway. Today I am choosing to pair pink sands with Voluspa California Summers. I have burned this hearth size so many times already during the late spring and kind of into the early summer here. And I have barely reached the halfway point of this dang candle. It's gonna take me, I think it's gonna take me a couple of summers, if not 3 summers to finish this one, but that's okay. I purchased the heart size because I do love the scent that much, so totally worth it. But yeah, these candles do take a very, very long time to get through. I love California Summers. This is one of those fragrances that is a little different from my usual wheelhouse. It's not a typical fruity, sugary, summery gourmand, which is normally what I gravitate towards. But this is a little bit more of a beachy driftwood. There's definitely some vanilla in here, but it's not a sweet vanilla. This is not the type of candle, like I said, that I normally go for. But man, it is that beautiful. It just is a very sophisticated, beautiful, kind of more high-end type of fragrance. So it's something a little different for me, and clearly I loved it enough to purchase the mega size here. So if you've never tried it and you normally go for a lot of the same things that I do, this is a really nice change of pace, and I would definitely encourage you to check it out. It is super, super, super amazing fragrance. All right, let's move on to the kitchen. All right, we are in the kitchen, and on the kitchen table is Bath & Body Works Pink Kiwi Berry. I hate to say anything bad about this candle because I love this fragrance so much. I have been nursing this candle along for several weeks now because I kind of just don't want it to end, basically. However, yesterday at the end of my burn, I walked past the candle at probably about the 3, maybe 3.5 hour mark. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, great, here we go. So I'm not entirely surprised that the candle is starting to dud out on me because we are at the halfway point, and this one did have those really thick, I call them tree stump wicks, which will usually create some kind of issue. Mostly it's the puny wick syndrome, in which case the candle just kind of stops performing the way that it should. So the strength and throw are decreased. You don't have those beautiful tall dancing flames. The candle doesn't get as hot. You don't have as deep of a wax pool. It's just a crappy burn experience, right? So anyway, I think I'm gonna have to put this into my crock pile. Let me show you what it looks like today. You can really see where the wicks started to deteriorate yesterday. Hold on one second here. Let me see if I can give you guys a good shot of what's happening here. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it. Do you see that black ring right there? So that is from the, basically it's the carbon residue from the wicks that has just fallen from the wicks into the wax. It kind of gathers at the side here, and it just makes it, over time, if you continue to burn the candle like this, I think it changes the scent. That wick residue definitely affects the fragrance, especially the longer that you let it go. I can definitely pop this into a candle crock now, and it's gonna smell fantastic, so that is what I'm going to do. But if I did keep burning this, it would start to smell kind of like a sootier or just dirtier version of the amazing scent that this actually is. And I just don't like that. I also don't like the way these flames look. They just look like sad little flames to me. So yeah, I didn't trim these wicks or anything. This is just what they deteriorated to after yesterday's burn. And I did not burn it excessively. It was not going for more than, like I said, maybe 3.5 hours. I usually watch the burn time pretty closely. So yeah, this is just one of those cases where it is starting to dud out on me. And instead of, you know, just continuing to go along with this, I'm going to go ahead and melt it. Quite frankly, I think I'll get some better or longer enjoyment out of the fragrance that way anyway. I'm just going to extinguish this. You can really tell how dirty that wax is now that I have extinguished the candle. It was a really nice creamy white color, but you can really see, especially right here, that wax residue, not wax residue, the wick residue just kind of floating around. I just hate the way that looks. Anyway, it's fine. We're just gonna crock it. Let's put it in the pile. All right, let's move on to the candle crocks. Over in this dark, cozy little nook here in the kitchen is one of my candle crocks. This has Yankee Candle pink sands in it, and oh my gosh, does it smell amazing. I had burned this one pretty much past the halfway point, I feel like. Yeah, just I would say like past the halfway point. And you guys know how I feel about this scent. So I just decided I love it as like a constant background anyway. So I took this one here, which I was burning in the family room, and I just walked it over to the crock, plopped it in there, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I'm gonna get at least another solid week out of this one. I put this into the crock, I would say, I think it was on Wednesday of this week here. We got home on Tuesday from our vacation, and on Wednesday I could not wait to get started with home fragrance again, because there really was no home fragrance when we were on vacation, so I was missing it. And yeah, I was just craving this as a constant background scent, so I decided to pop it in here and then pick up that backup that I'm burning in the living room at Fred Meyer. So anyway, that is the crock down here. Let's head upstairs and see what is in my candle crock in the master bedroom. I don't think that I have anything in the last bedroom of the house, and that might actually be where I decide to go ahead and put the pink kiwi berry, because yeah, I believe that one's empty, but I'll double check. Let's head upstairs. If you are looking for a currently available, really pretty neutral candle crock option, I do have this one linked in the description box right below the video here, so definitely check it out. But in this ivory candle crock is Bath & Body Works Fresh Watermelon. Now, Fresh Watermelon was burning perfectly. I didn't need to crock it, but I honestly was really loving the scent. I don't think there is much wax left in here. Let me see. Oh gosh, there's like basically a quarter of the candle was left, so I should have just finished burning it, but this is allowing me to get just a little bit more life out of that last little bit of wax. This is such a great, fresh, kind of nostalgic watermelon. It's kind of a mix between an authentic watermelon and a candied watermelon scent. You get a little bit of that like green rind aspect as well. It's just a really fantastic summertime fragrance, and I have loved this one. If I decide to purchase any more summer candles from Bath & Body Works, which honestly at this point, I'm kind of ready to move on to fall candles. I know not all of you are, and listen, I'm still going to be burning my summer candles because there are a number of candles that I still want to get through, but I gotta admit, like, by the time 4th of July comes and goes, not being a summer person, I'm so ready for this season to be over. So, yeah. I'll let you summer people have a few more weeks here, but gosh, I'm definitely ready for apples and cinnamon and pumpkins and cranberries and evergreens and all of that stuff. So anyway, back to the fresh watermelon. It is delightful. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this particular candle. So if you are still in a summertime vibe, then I would say go for this one if it's still available at your store. It is chef's kiss delicious, and I think you would love it. So let's head back downstairs and chat about some of the other home fragrance that I was using over the course of this past week. Hope you guys enjoyed that little tour of what's currently happening. Smells really good in here. All right, let's get started with what I finished this week. I finished 2 Bath & Body Works candles. I think I finished these on either Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm really gonna miss both of these, to be perfectly honest. I adored both fragrances, and I actually burned both of them completely. Neither ended up in a candle crock. So here we have Bath & Body Works At the Beach, which is so amazing. This is Frangipani Blossoms, Toasted Coconut, and Bergamot Waters. This is basically the most beautiful, perfect, beachy, slightly salty coconut. It's perfect. It is absolutely perfect, and I'm obsessed. And I really want another one, but I'm really thinking that I'm gonna refrain from purchasing any more summer candles at this point. I'm gonna try really hard to enjoy what I have for the month of July and August. I do transition to burning fall candles kind of towards the end of August because I decorate my house pretty early for fall. I do a Decorate With Me series, so I usually tend to decorate a little bit earlier than most people just because I film that for my channel. But yeah, I'm gonna miss this. I am desperately going to miss this, and if this has any chance of coming back next year, I will absolutely repurchase it as soon as it pops onto the website next spring, summer. It is that good, and I love it so much. And with me saying that, I'm fairly certain that this will never be a candle ever again, because that is how it works with all of my favorite things. They all get discontinued. Anybody else have that luck? I hate it. Anyway, it burned really well too. So flawless, to the ground, no sooting, no discoloration, just a pure delight, and so good. And this, I loved this too. And this burned perfectly as well. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's such a pretty burn. This is Sweetest Song. This is Blush Raspberries, Sugar Crystals, and Whipped Musk. Perfect. Definitely a perfumey raspberry, but very sweet, just so enjoyable, and just a very pretty fragrance. I feel like that's the word that kept coming to mind whenever I walked past this one, was just like, it just smells so pretty. Here's the funny thing about Sweetest Song. This is also available in body care. There was even a perfume available, and I was totally gonna splurge on the perfume because I love the candles so much. But when I smelled the body care and the perfume in store, they did not smell the same to me, and I did not like it in the body care, which is strange because The fragrance notes are essentially the same. They are the same, but for whatever reason, this scent did not translate into body care for me personally. I just didn't like it. I would love to know if any of you felt the same way. I don't know, I couldn't get behind it. But this, the candle, I would buy 10 of the candle. It is that amazing, and I'm just kind of bummed about the body care. Because again, I would have splurged on that perfume. This cute little bottle. It's raspberry. I love raspberry. I mean, there should have been nothing for me to hate, but I didn't like it. Totally didn't like it. Anyway, that is what I finished this week. So obviously not a lot. We got home late on Tuesday night. So really I have only been burning and melting since Wednesday morning. So yeah, the fact that I finished at least 2 candles, I'm pretty proud of that for this being a slightly shorter week. Next, let's go ahead and check out actually what I brought downstairs to burn over the course of the next couple of weeks here. Okay, first things first, I made just a little bit of an exception to my low to no buy right now when it comes to fun, frivolous, extra things like, you know, home fragrance. Alf actually had to have a pretty expensive but necessary surgery at the beginning of June, and I had to adult and had to pull back on the frivolous spending so that I could, you know, take care of the great love of my life here. So anyway, I'm paying it off. It's fine. Stuff happens, right? But I had to make an exception, and luckily I have just a ton of Kringle points available from purchases over the years. So I decided to use a free shipping situation to get a backup of this. So this one's brand new. I actually just finished another one. I love this fragrance. This is now my 3rd one. It is the Reserve Minty Melon. Have you smelled it? Ugh. Honestly, I cannot get enough of this one. And I could not go through July, and hopefully I can, you know, limp this one along into August as well. But I don't know, I burned through this one like it's my job. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can make this one last. Maybe for the remainder of my summer burning here, but I just didn't want to be without it, you guys. This is how much I love this one. Yeah, I could have definitely put that, what do these cost? Are these $34? I could have put that $34 towards Alf's surgery, but again, little exception. I got free shipping, so I have to pay for shipping. But yeah, this was, probably shouldn't have done this, but listen, I love it, and still paid for Alf's surgery, so it's fine. Other things that I grabbed to be able to enjoy includes one of my favorite HomeWorx trios of all time, and that trio includes Farmstand Peach. Here's the label, Farmstand Peach. Do you guys remember these from back in the day? I'm talking from like way back in the day when the trio was available as a trio on QVC. I purchased like 10 trios. It was a ridiculous amount, but the Farmstand Peach, these were not the lids. The lids that came with these were the ones that had like the peaches on the top for the Farmstand Peach, the blueberries on the top for the Farmstand Blueberry. This Farmstand Blueberry is so good. And then the strawberry, because this was the trifecta here. The strawberry had the strawberry lid. This one, oh, I just love this strawberry. They are this, if I could only have 3 candles every single summer from HomeWorx, it would be these 3 candles. I think I could survive with just these 3. There's lots of others that I love. The Sugared Lychee Martini, you guys know how I feel about that one. But These are staples for me. I have loved them so much over the years. I wish that trio was still available because I would just keep buying that. These lids, by the way, came with another HomeWorx collection, but I liked the scalloped lid. I also like the fact that these were like the heavier metal lids, which now they have the cheaper lids. But anyway, I love these three, so I am going to enjoy my Farmstand trio during the month of July here. I imagine I'll get through these probably before August. I do have one more set. I think I might save that for next summer at this point, but we'll see. Anyway, I really love that particular trio. I think, ooh, don't quote me on that. I don't know if you can get all three of these at this time. I think I saw Farmstand Peach maybe on QVC. Not in a set of two, just a single one. I don't know. Harry needs to bring this Farmstand trio back. This is just in this packaging, this original, just like gingham, cute, simple. It was just perfect. What year was this? So these ones were 2021, it looks like. I really thought I bought these earlier, like 2019. They did bring the Farmstand trio back though at one point, so I might have, I don't remember the exact way that this went down, but I remember this trio being out like for the first go around, and then it like went away and then it came back again. So I had purchased a bunch the first time, and then I think in 2021 when it came out again is when I bought probably like 4 or 5 more sets. So yeah, listen, these are great. If you happen to have these in your collection, I know a bunch of you have, you know, collections like I do. If you still have some of these in your HomeWorx candle collection, bust them out and burn all 3 of them at the same time because they are amazing. And one other candle that I decided to bust out because I had finished the At the Beach. I actually have 2 backups of Cocoa Paradise. Fell in love with this last summer. Did it come back this summer? Nope, sure didn't. That's annoying. It's really annoying. Actually, was this 2023? I think this came out in 2023, not 2024. If you are one of those Bath & Body Works candle historians, will you, I'm pretty sure this is 2023. If I'm reading this number here right, I think this is 2023. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with like when this came out all of a sudden, but I was just mad that it never came back is the moral of the story. So this is salted coconut manoi, sugared neroli, and bronze sandalwood. Same type of like beachy, slightly salted, coconutty, just beautiful goodness. The Cocoa Paradise I feel like is a little sweeter than At the Beach, but honestly the two are quite similar, so it's probably why I loved At the Beach, because I couldn't get this anymore. So anyway, I have this backup and one more. I think I'll save the other one for next summer, but I will enjoy this one for the rest of July. So we'll put that one out somewhere and enjoy that. Let's quickly discuss a few of the other candles that I was burning this week. You're not gonna be surprised by this one. It's Kringle Sea Breeze. So along the same lines as Cocoa Paradise and At the Beach, this is a beachy, coconutty, slightly salty, perfectly sweet summer sunscreen extravaganza. I just think this one smells so good, you guys. This particular fragrance makes me so happy, and ever since the first time that I smelled it, I just became obsessed with it. I've said this a number of times, but if I am ever lucky enough to be able to own a beach house, which is One of my big bucket list things in life is to have a beach house at the Oregon coast. I want this to be my signature fragrance for my little beach house, my little beach cottage. This fragrance, every summer, it just puts me in a good mood. And that's honestly kind of hard to do, at least for me in the summer, because I hate the summer. I know most people love the summer, but I don't like nice weather. I don't like to be hot. I don't like to be sweaty. I don't like it. I think that's gross. I like it when it is freezing cold and I have to bundle up and it's raining. That is my happy time. But with something as amazing smelling as this, it almost, I'm talking almost, makes me appreciate summertime, because you know, this beachy coconut scent is very reminiscent of the summer. And if I can smell this in the summer, fine. I will tolerate the heat. Barely. I'll barely tolerate it, but I'll do it. It just smells so good. Who else just, let me know if this puts you in a good mood. It just puts me in a good mood. You know what else puts me in a good mood? This one. Another Kringle 4-wick. I love these Kringle 4-wicks. I think they are amazing. This is the Yuzu and Sage. This actually came out this year for the first time, and this replaced the Sicilian Orange as my top citrus from Kringle Candle. If you have not stuck your nose in this, what are you doing? What are you doing with your citrus nose, love and self? Go smell this. Get a daylight, get a wax melt, do whatever you need to do, but get your nose in this. This is not an overly herbal scent. I would say Sicilian Orange is a lot more herbal. This, it's that yuzu, man. This yuzu is absolutely incredible. This is such a well done, beautiful, stunning fragrance. Okay, they do have the notes down here. Let me just read you the notes. Yuzu, that's the primary citrus here. You really have to like that yuzu. Lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, eucalyptus. You guys know how I feel about eucalyptus. I can't really smell it in here, so it's okay. It's okay. The eucalyptus is barely detectable. Mint. Don't normally love mint either, with the exception of obviously minty melon over here, but that's more of a sweet mint. The mint is here, but it's not crazy present, so don't let it scare you off. Ginger, peach, apricot, musk, coconut, kiwi, watermelon. It's just amazing. That's all there is to it. Yuzu really is the primary note here. I know I read off a lot of notes to you there, but the yuzu, that's predominantly what you're getting here, and it's incredible. I'm in love. I will definitely continue to repurchase that. Are you leaving me, buddy? Are you just readjusting? He's just readjusting. Here he is. There's his little head. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look at him. Buddy, say hi. Say hi to everybody. There's your fish. Oh, isn't he an angel? He's mama's angel. He really is. He can do no wrong. Okay, this is just the lid to my Voluspa Tahitian Coconut Vanilla. Is she still giving me problems? Yeah, 100%. This is my troublemaker candle of summer 2025. She wants to tunnel like it's her full-time job, and I hate that because, one, I paid a lot of money for that candle, and I love it when a candle has a clean, even burn. I'm talking like an edge-to-edge, full pool. I hate tunneling, and this one just insists on doing it, and I've performed the candle surgery. I have done that, and it just keeps doing it. Sometimes candles are just troublemakers, but will I absolutely repurchase another hearth size of that one? Yeah. 100%, because it smells so good. And honestly, the tunneling has not affected the overall strength and throw, so that's probably why I'm still okay with it. I just don't think it looks as pretty. And when you have a candle that costs that much, I'm sorry, but it not only has to smell good, but it has to be pretty too. So anyway, next, let's go ahead and discuss Scentsy, because we've got some stuff to discuss there. Let's dig into my little teal bucket of mostly empty clamshells. But before we do, so Bring Back My Bar is currently happening. Bring Back My Bar started the day that we left for vacation. So I didn't get my order in until this past Wednesday. I decided to just wait to order until we got back from vacation so that I could really think about what I wanted and the quantities that I wanted. So anyway, I placed my order and it should be here probably within the next week or so. I will definitely share a haul and like sniff impressions with you. I have definitely smelled a lot of these scents before, but there are a couple that are new to me, at least from what I remember. So anyway, I'll share the haul when I get it in. I did make another little exception to my low to no buy for the Bring Back My Bar, but that only happens in July. So other than that, I'm really not getting a whole lot else from Scentsy anytime soon, with the exception the Wicked Emerald City. I think it's called Emerald City is the name of the bar. That one is coming back. Thank you to everyone who told me that I could pick that particular one up again. Lisa actually gave me a bar of that when I went to go visit her at the end of May, beginning of June. And I didn't pay attention to the Wicked collection at all when it first came out because I'm not a musical person. So I've never seen Wicked. I've seen The Wizard of Oz, but I've never seen Wicked. So yeah, I just kind of ignored that entire collection. But if you have not smelled that Wicked Emerald City bar, you have got to stick your nose into that. I think it is definitely more of a fall or holiday type fragrance. So I will definitely be picking up a couple of 6-packs, if you will. I'm also going to put 1 bar in my club because I want to enjoy that fragrance this coming holiday season, but I know it's going to like probably sell out very quickly. So anyway, I saved a little bit of money off to the side for my Bring Back My Bar as well as the Emerald City when that comes back. I believe that comes back more towards the middle end of July. I can't remember what the date was. I think it was like July 21st or something. I don't know. I gotta ask Lisa. But moral of the story is I was warming some wax melts, and let's get into that. Okay, here we have lemon coconut chiffon, which is so delicious. Man, this one's good. This is a really nice bakery lemon. Honestly, I feel like this smells more like a lemon bar. Sorry, buddy, I really have to adjust. My foot's falling asleep. There we go. This one smells more like I would say a lemon pound cake to my nose. I love it. I love it so much. Again, it's one of those bright citrus scents that just puts you in a good mood. Kind of like the yuzu and sage. Next, we have Cake Me to Paradise, which is in my club and also currently in the catalog. I'm never taking this out of my club. I only have 1 bar in my club, but this is so juicy and so tropical and so sweet. I adore this one. I get no cake from it though. What's funny is that Lisa, she totally gets the cake note. It's called Cake Me to Paradise. I get no cake. I just get tropical, juicy, fruity goodness. Kukui and coconut. I only used 1 of these cubes. I'm actually warming this in our downstairs powder room. I love this one. This is a really creamy coconut with almost a little bit of like a spice to it. It's just really, I don't know. It's a really great summertime fragrance. I also think this makes a great transitional scent as well. Here we have a pistachio ice cream. This one is so good. You know what I like mixing this one with? Summer Holiday. So Summer Holiday is very close to the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream scent. But if you mix pistachio ice cream with Summer Holiday, you get even closer to that Cheirosa 62 fragrance. The original Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream scent, which is usually what I call it, does have pistachio in it. So adding this to this as a base really does give you such a close experience to that Cheirosa 62 scent. Summer Holiday on its own is really, really beautiful. This comes across as an interesting perfumey gourmand to my nose, but adding the pistachio ice cream gives it more of that gourmand kick. So it makes it perfect. These are both absolutely fantastic. So anyway, been loving those. How many more do we have? We just have these two. Cherry almond pie. I actually have cherry almond pie going through a couple of my warmers right now. And this one's really good. If you liked almond cream from Garden Botanica, I feel like this is pretty close to it. At least the almond portion of this. There is a cherry note in here that was not in the Garden Botanica almond cream. But this cherry is, it's just like a little hint of like a maraschino cherry. I think I get more of that almond cream than I do the cherry necessarily, but this is delicious. I love this. And it honestly takes me back to being 18 years old again and working at Garden Botanica and selling so many of these holiday kits that we used to get for the body care line at Garden Botanica. I would say the two most popular scents at our location, our store, was the mango, which was so delicious, and the almond cream. Like, those were two really popular scents. But yeah, this is really delicious. I do like this one a lot. And then I also went through a Bring Back My Bar Happy Birthday. I love mixing this one with other fragrances, although this week I just decided to warm this one by itself. This is actually what is going in all of my other warmers right now. So I'm doing a combination of the cherry almond pie and the Happy Birthday for the most part in the downstairs here today. They both smell amazing together. Like, they're both basically just gourmands. They're a great combination. Individually, they're fantastic, but they're also just really, really good together. So anyway, that is everything that I have for this past week. I would love to know what you were burning or melting or using in your crocks, what you were using underneath your lamps, what were you using in your Pura device. Let me know all of the things in the comments down below. Alf and I really appreciate you being here. Oh, and off he goes. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys were using. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, give it a big fat thumbs up for the algorithm gods. Subscribe if you are new for more home fragrance related content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.